Good morning, everybody. So we're up a few minutes early, but that's okay. I'm sure y'all will forgive me. I was sitting here anyways, getting stuff ready, so might as well just turn on the camera, right? So um, this is, breast cancer awareness, kind of month and stuff and what have you. And, you know, my old lady, we found out a couple weeks ago that, yeah, so pulled that thread out of there. Why'd I do that? So Monday she has a biopsy. She had her whoop. She had her other test yesterday, and so they're going to do a biopsy and get this all going and everything. So the left breast is actually worse than the right. She has a bunch of small little uh, clusters, but she's got one bigger cluster in her left breast that with the AI guided scan yesterday, they got that and or they seen that. And so they're going to do a biopsy on that clump of cells and go from there. So, I mean, it is what it is. We've come to terms with it now, and she's doing good, and we can use y'all's prayers, of course. I don't know why I did white. I should be doing pink. I'm gonna there's white in that chenille. So I'm gonna tie up some pinks today, some pink and white in honor of breast cancer awareness. And y'all know it's a pink ribbon for that. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing. We got a few whites here left in this little nasty bundle of stuff. Or what they call white. That one is like got a lot of brown. It's just too much natural color in it. That's kind of floofy. So that feather's kind of thick, so we don't know how that'll work. So, but let's go in here and say good morning to everybody real quick and get caught up with chat. So, see Avid in there. Fishers of Men is Avid. So they call me Jig Master Sensei. There you go. Thank you, Avid. I appreciate that. Retired Rick. Good morning, my friend. Good morning to you. Gilman 1, welcome in. Good morning. Joe Buck. Keith. Good morning to you, sir. Wolfden saying good morning. Lisa. Dave. Howdy, howdy. Smoky. Smoky Mountain. So, Danny, good morning to you. Good morning, Dave. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button. Oh, Curly T. Thank you. And I think we're caught up with that. Everybody saying hi to everybody. All right, so let's tie up some pink. Gotta find some meal first, too, I guess. There's a piece of it in there, but I don't know how big that is. My little extra bag of meal. All my cut off ends. Yeah, that probably won't tie one of these. Let's hope I got some pink left. Uh, Eh, oh, there's that. All right. So I was like, there's pink and there's pink. So there's hot pink and there's regular pink. The regular pink is an antron. So antron is a little bit more like stiff. So there's a pink, and then there's a pink with white. This is what I was going to use. This is the one that I like better. So maybe we'll just tie a couple of each over there, bang into it, and make it fall out, and have 40 bags of chenille on the floor. Ask me how I know. Sometimes you got to unknot it, pull it straight, let her spin, get her a little straight there. Right. So I've been trying to keep up with my mess, but as you can see, I'm doing okay, but not great. And we also got some old Bob Collison, Brokeback Bob. He wanted some red, so we ended up getting some red, and my camera makes it look orange. But if you catch it in just the right light, you could tell that it's red. So I did. I got a few packs of feathers of that, and then what else did I buy? Oh, I bought some root beer. That root beer was a pretty cool color. What did I do with them? Oh, I think I put them up in my box. But that root beer is a pretty cool color. I'm gonna try some with that. I mean, it is it actually. Dude, sometimes when they say root beer, it's just brown. Misplaced country girl. Yes, wolves. Den. I make stinger flies. I haven't tied any for a while. I do them in buck hair. Buck tails. I usually do them in a size 6. That kind of seems like the most common size, or I mean a 6/0. Sorry, 6/0 seems like the most common size everybody was wanting. So these are on a size 6 sickle hook. So a little bit of old, the old style the way I was doing them. So and with the sickle hook, I make the feathers just a little bit longer than I normally do because of being a sickle hook. That feather wants to go. We'll call that. We'll use that. It'll be all right. Throw the rest of that one away because it has some messed up spots in it. So pink, 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 pink. There's like, where'd the pink go? Put some pink flash on that. 922, Bobby. Oh, wait a minute. Wolves Den said something. He said, "Okay, cool. I'd love to buy some from you next year if you could make any." Yeah, well, yeah, I'll make some. Just send me a email, doublehooKangling@gmail, and or message me on Facebook or whatever, and tell me when you're ready. Give me a. I'm right now. I'm like 2 week lead time, so I'm about 2 weeks behind the scope of things. But I'm tying for people, and I'm also tying for my um, here in Wichita, Kansas, or over in Wichita, Kansas, because it's 35 miles away. But it'll be close to me, and we've got some good things coming up for 2026. Double hook angling is really starting to grow, so we I've been tying a lot, been trying to do as much fishing as I can with my boys. You know, we're never promised tomorrow, God says, so we'll take every day advantage of every day as possible. I've got a basically a buddy that has been mentoring me as far as business wise and life, what I should do and should not do, kind of thing. Friends want to tell you stuff, but this friend I really uh, he's I mean he's becoming a dear friend to me. He is really helping us grow in the business and in life as well. And he's like, Dave, if you're just sitting there and you're not making money, then you need to be spending time with your wife and the family. And if you're not doing that and sleeping, then you need to be making money. So he's right. So let's see if we can get this to work. So there you go. So what we've been doing is I've been utilizing my time. I've been trying to not watch TV and stuff, but I still sit here with my wife in the morning, so that's counted as family time. Drink my coffee, eat my eggs, and then get to work. So try to do something, whether it's, like I said, fishing is I still consider work somewhat because I'm out there making videos and trying to produce content and what have you. Edited videos are a little behind, and the website. Let's get on the subject of the website. So, yes, the website would make it easier for y'all to come and buy my video, but the website is so complicated, and it's actually I just kind of figured it's a waste of money because I am getting enough word out, in my opinion. It does make it a little bit more difficult for somebody to go. But why do you want to go to the website and only buy 6 to 12 different colored jigs when it's just easier to message me or to email me, and then us have a conversation about what you actually want? Because you'll get somebody on a website, they'll be like, "Okay, yeah, there's just, do I buy these?" Or, "Well, that's all he's got, so I'll buy this," or whatever, and so, we're just scratching the whole website idea. It's not necessary, I'll just do shows, get the word out, people will just start, coming to me and stuff like that for jigs like they have been for the last couple of years. So, the way you order a jig from Dave is you get a hold of me on Facebook or you get a hold of me at doublehookedangling@gmail. You tell me head, color, tail or head, body, tail. Head, body, tail. That's what you gotta do. You would color of the head, color of the body, color of the tail. Style of hook you want, whether sickle hook or the pro hook, which is the mustad double heavy wire, and we go from there. We can have that conversation back and forth. Do you like long tails? Do you like short tails? Do you like the style that I've been doing, which is a shorter tail and a shorter body? Those that style to me works better because the fish are able to suck it in their mouth better without getting the tail in the way. So that's what I've been doing. Now, if you want something different or whatever, or like Will's Den said that some stinger hooks or something like that, I'm open to anything because I want to make y'all happy, but I also need to make money. So new wheelchair came here Monday, and it was not right. So guess what Dave did? Dave said, "I'm not buying that, or I've already bought it and paid for it because you got to buy and pay for it before they deliver it." But I said, "I'm not taking delivery of that. Send it back." So the few things that were not right with it was the hand rims were too far out. So there's two holes on the hand rims to space it away from the tire or close to the tire. They had it too far out, which means I get my fingers stuck in there and break a finger, and I'm not breaking fingers. So then the backrest was too tall, or the back, yeah, my backrest was the wrong one. They gave me a tall one for some reason, and I do not want tall because it interferes with my shoulder blades. I push myself. I don't get pushed around. It makes me car sick when people push me. So motion sickness, whatever you want to call it. So I refused it. I mean, there was a couple other things, but I'm just not going to go clear into detail. So I sent it back. I told them to get it all fixed. They said that I'll have it in a couple weeks. So that was 5 days ago. So I should have it by the end of next week. I'm hoping. I mean, and I'll show you a picture of it here in just a second. It's orange. Go figure, right? So they gave me the option of orange, so I took the option of orange. You went to Want to Be Outdoors, Matt. How you doing, brother? You went to Alaska. Well, that's awesome. Hopefully you did what you needed to do up there and had a good time. Well, it's warm in Alaska in the summer, dear. I mean, they still get pretty warm up there. Naomi asked if it was cold. So let me see right here. So There's my that's my new wheelchair right there. Don't know how well it's showing. Yeah, it's showing up okay. But there's my new wheelchair. Look at how tall that backrest is. That's just ridiculous. And then see how wide the rim is from the wheel. I mean, like my hand was like this to grab the wheel. I was like, that's nuts. So I refused it. You see it. Were you in the show, Mama? Well, should have said hi to everybody. So there again, Naomi does have a biopsy on Monday on her boobie, on her left one. I told her I kept feeling. I was like, I feel something in there. And she's like, she kept smacking my hand. I was like, come here, let me see it again. Like every opportunity I get, I like tease her about it. I mean, we got to make light of it. Just, I mean, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm in a wheelchair, so I make fun of myself all the time. So I told her, I said, well, if they take them both, you get a double mastectomy, then you know what? Like you'll be able to wear any shirt out there. She told me I was number one twice. And there she is. She jumped up in there. Oh, there's Chad. Hey, brother, how you doing? He said, oh, yeah. Every time he says that, all I can think of when he says it like that is the Kool-Aid man jumping through the wall. It wasn't an enjoyable trip, to be honest, Mr. Dave. I haven't been good for a while. A few battle brothers. I went to bury one of our own. Oh, I'm sorry, brother. No prayers for you, man. I'm just reading chat. Yeah, prayers for you, brother. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff, going around recent. You know what? I lost that. Oh, there it is. I was like, I lost that piece of flash. See if I can pick it back up now. I didn't use all that. Too. I was like, I know I pulled a piece of flash, pink. God, get it spit out. I pulled a piece of pink flash out. Man, my morning is kind of wonky this morning. I even feel a little like groggy or whatever you want to call it, like horsey. I think it's the weather. I spent too much time outside yesterday in the moist air and that east wind, and then turned south. But man, we slayed some crappie yesterday. I don't know if y'all seen my. Wish that's one of the veterans things. Yeah, depression and stuff like that, or just health wise, a lot of people, you got to check on them. Speaking of depression, my nephew Monday lost his battle with depression. Um, he took one to the temple, so he's no longer with us. So you could pray for my brother and his family, and my nephew's children and stuff. So I mean, it is what it is. He's fought with depression his whole adult life. So this is me and my sons. Yesterday, my son Timothy over here, and then Gregory over here. So you can see our crappie that we caught. Tim caught a nice crappie. His was 2 pounds. Check that sucker out. Come on, pick it up. There it goes. That's a big old crappie. So Timothy, he's like, I got one. I was like, what do you got? For a minute, we thought he had a bass. The way that thing was just, I mean, and then all of a sudden, we thought it was catfish because it would just turn sideways and was pulling hard. So oh hey, look, there's Miss Coastal. Hey, Miss Coastal, I'm tying you some paint, girl. She said that she wanted me to tie pink, and the whole in honor of breast cancer. So we're gonna send these ones out to her and Panda. So they do a little, you know, drive to school in the mornings, work, whatever you want to call it, school for Panda and work for Miss Coastal. So I'm gonna send her a few of these so she can go catch her a few bluegills, some crappie, something of the nature. For those that can't jig it, then throw a beetle spinner on there and give it a shot. That's what we were doing yesterday. We were casting as far as we could, so we just cast out 120 feet or so, and then we were letting it sink all the way to the bottom, and then we would lift and then reel down as it, just kind of let it fall, and lift and let it fall, and they were smacking it on the fall, and that's how we were running our crappie jigs yesterday. We tried, bobber and all that. I got one on bobber, but almost all of ours came. I'm gonna save those. Them feathers are getting too small, so we'll save them for some 132nds and 164s. Let me get another pack. So, but that's kind of what we do with our. I missed somebody else. Retired Rick. Good morning. I think I said good morning to you, but I might have missed you. I seen you, but I might have missed you. So, that's. I got feathers in the wrong box here. These are like I got some. Here's that root beer I was talking about. Kind of nice. Got some orangey color to it. But I put those in the marabou box. Why did I do that? Where's my tackle box? I got too many boxes. There's my tackle box. Yeah. I put them in the wrong one. And I got some chenilles in there because I went to the show. So I took I got a bunch of chenilles piled on top of my feathers. That's not very white. But look at that. So like they say that's white, but you see the tan in there? I'm not. They call it a natural white, which means that it's going to have some tannish color to it. But I want white. So we'll pull out some of this. Those look good. I got to do another order of feathers as well. Those two came loose, so we'll just use those. But I got a show in November coming up. A little trade show, just a local, kind of flea markety type one. And then in February, the we'll be going to the Wichita Boat Show. Take a bunch of rod holders and jigs with us. So if y'all don't know, I make rod holders. So strongest on the market. I don't care what anybody says. Q ask anybody that's got one. So there, see DHA. You get when it's standing upright. You get multiple positions. So you get like this, like that, like that. You can have one sitting in there like this, with one sitting there like this, and one in the back straight up. You can fit 3 of them in there. I went fishing for 2 days ago, of course. The wind was horrible. Orange and gold seemed to be the color they wanted. Yep. This time of year, gold and oranges and browns coppers. Those colors work great for fall. But also in the fall, I upsize my jigs too. So like yesterday, I was using jigs that were almost 3 inches long. I think they're like 2.5 to 3 inches. If you count the head, 3 inches. So, but and also I was using a size 2 hook, so bigger hook. And we were slaying them. I mean, we just had such a good time. We were there 2.5 hours, and we just. I mean, I was with my boys, so my two youngest ones, Matthew, my oldest boy, he don't like to fish, so I was fishing with Greg and Tim, and we just had a good time. Of course, we took his dog, the Brittany. You guys have seen her on here. We took her, and she was just all over the place. We had to whistle pretty loud for her a couple of times to get her to come back because she was gone. She was hunting birds, and that's what she is. I mean, she's a Brittany, so she's a bird dog. She's been trained for bird hunting and stuff. She's a great little bird hunter. But she was on the hunt. I think she might have found a squirrel or two and started running after the squirrel. That's why she got so far. But she was literally probably a quarter mile away, and of course I can whistle loud enough she can hear that. I just, you know. Oh, right on. Pretty cool, Matt. Yeah, I sent Matt some bigger jigs a while back. Some big guys want like I got one guy that he wants quarters and eight, but he wants like size 2 and 4/0 hooks. So big old hook. But you want what you want. Started to wrap. Come on, lay it on there, Ryan. There. But yeah, we've been doing some crafty fair stuff, and just kind of doing have something to do. Like with last month, we did the one that was across the street. Boy, that wasn't hard to go do at all. I mean, it was across the street, so it took us about 20 minutes to get everything over there and set up. Probably took a little longer to set up, but to get everything over there, get the tables up, and then start putting stuff out, it was about 20 minutes. And I mean, literally, just 100 feet across the street, and we were there because we have a big parking barn across the street. Everybody calls it the Big Red Barn. The poles are red, but the building metal itself is tan, creamy white, whatever. Oh, hey, Dave, put a jig head in there, dude. Get a thread started as well. All right, you're gonna have to hold that with the other hand there, dude. And yeah, when I cut that feather, it just goes flying. We'll pick it up at later. It kind of just goes in this little general area and then sweep it all together and let them in. Rick was on the phone. So the other day, somebody sent Gregory a Michael Myers mask. The Halloween mask. I don't know if he figured out who sent that to him or not. They sent it to him on Amazon, but nobody ever took claim of sending it to him, as far as I know. We've just been wondering. I didn't ask him this morning before he took off to the thrift store if he found out last night on Passed Away who sent it to him. Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good day. Mark's been catching some real nice bluegill lately. I've seen some posts where he was posting some eater-sized gills. I don't know if you're eating them or using them for bait, but either way, they were nice gills. I did use all that. Most of it. There's one little bitty piece left. But yeah, next year some big things coming for Dave and the family at you know, Double Hook. So keep an eye out for that. We we'll be doing a lot more shows and stuff. We're getting involved with some, you know, bigger things. I guess I don't know how you want to say it. We're gonna start doing some expos stuff. You know, tying jigs and chatting with people as I'm sitting there tying jigs. We'll be doing some, you know, some fun stuff. But keep your eyes out. We'll be good. I'll probably go live when we're doing those. We're gonna start doing. We are going to start doing some more lives. I've been thinking about the whole going live a lot thing, and I do plan on doing more lives. I just we're working on some stuff, so let's just keep it at that. We're working on some stuff. So we're going to have some fun. Going to just go up random times and do our thing. Like I said, I have that little trade show. It's kind of like a flea market type thing where you get a booth and sell, you know, whatever. Those shows do okay. They're not great because they're not totally geared toward fishing. They're just geared for whatever. So um, the but it's close, you know, 35 miles away. So we'll give it a shot. And then, like I said, in February we're going to do the big show, the Wichita Boat Show. So there are, you know, thousands of people that come to that, and it's geared toward fishing. Um, I don't know to the way they talk, because I've only been there as a patron, you know, as somebody just walking through the boat show and seeing what's going on. And they said that it's as big as CatCon, if not bigger. So you know, I mean, it's relative to what people think. So, but it's only 35 miles from the house. That's what I think about it. I can go there and don't have to get motel, nothing like that. I go there every day, come home. It's a 3-day event. I'm wondering how many. I'm going to do that. Let me get this tied on there, and I'll look it up. See how many people they had go to the show last year. Attendance to the Wichita Boat Show in 2025. Yes. So there was 150,000 people that went to the Wichita Boat Show last year, according to what that says. Approximately 150,000 people. I don't know how many people went to CatCon, but see, in Wichita, there's 400,000 people in Wichita proper, and then you get everybody else from around the state, or you know, other states surrounding coming to it, and what have you. But it'll be good time. It'll be good exposure. You know, I've already got my booth reserved, so we're in it. Tim, hey brother, waiting on a furnace guy. Well, that ain't good. I mean, I guess it's good. You're gonna get your furnace fixed, but it ain't good. You gotta spend money to get your furnace done. We just had ours done a couple years ago. It cost $10,000 for a new furnace and air conditioner. I mean, we got a 96% efficient one though, and I'll tell you what, it was worth the money. Just for the simple fact is, our bills have dropped $150 a month during the winter, and during the summer, they dropped about $100. So I mean, it'll take 8 years to pay for the furnace, but it was worth it. All right, there's a little something on that dirt on that feather or something. Probably chicken crap. All right, so there you go. There's 5 of them. We'll get them out to little Panda and Coastal. That's who they were. And I'm gonna be working on Bob's Brokeback Bob. He ordered some jigs last week on the show. You guys seen that? So we'll. Oh, you know what, Dave? You dork! You didn't put no. Well, you're gonna get one without flash. I still forgot to stick. Sometimes I do that. I forgot to put the flash on it. They'll still eat it. These up so we don't just have feathers laying around everywhere. Sometimes it's just easier to pull them both out when they got 2 sewn things together in there. Pull them both out. Those ones are almost longer than that. Let's put that back in the box. Chanel, I'm trying to keep things clean and straight. Hey, Rod, how you doing, brother? Hope you're doing okay. There's one of our Wichita fellers right there, or Wichita area. I'm not for sure if he lives in Wichita proper or not, but he's from that general area. Wichita, there's like they got Bel Air and Mays and you know uh, Arlington, and I mean there's just so it's growing and they're all coming together. They're just kind of part of it. All right, so let's tie up some of these blue head, black body, red tail. So I got some red feathers. So we're working with that. And I had to go to Wichita and get some because I couldn't get them fast enough from Wapsie themselves. Which just meant I had to pay a little bit more for them, but that's okay. I bought them from Designers, which is where I used to get all my supplies from, but kind of since I'm buying so much stuff now, it's just better to go wholesale and should have changed that spread out. Doing okay. We've been going. We went back to church a few months ago, and started getting involved in church again. Naomi's gone to a couple of things to where like what was that you did last time was gift boxes for what? Do you remember what it was for? The Christmas the Christmas shoebox thing that a lot of churches do. Avid, I'm glad you said that. I have not forgot about you. I did get the steel finally. They got it. They told me that they had it, and I went over there and they didn't have it. They sold it out from underneath me. And I did go back last week and got some because they finally got some back in stock. So I got that. It's laying on the floor in my shop. I got 2 sticks of it. Um, and but I had a bunch of like big money gigs, working on some cars and stuff, changing some brakes and things like that. Um, so I kind of procrastinated and pushed it aside and did that kind of thing. But I do have them, and all I got to do is move the Rambler back so I can get them bent and welded up. It won't take long at all. I was going to do it today, and then uh, guy that has a Jeep, he's like, "Hey Dave, I need these lights wired in. Can you do that for me?" So I told him, "Yeah, I'll be here at 10 o'clock this morning." So that shouldn't take but a couple hours, and then in the afternoon, because it's raining today. In the afternoon, I'm going to move the Rambler back. I'm going to get your 2 rods bent, and I will have them welded up today as well, and then get them painted and sent out to you the first part of the week. So, like I said, I apologize. It has taken a month to get that material in, but man, I can't do nothing about the supplier not having it. You know what I mean? I can't just manifest the metal myself. And then when they lie to you and tell you, "Yeah, we got it, come and get it," drive all the way over to Wichita to pick it up, and then they didn't have it. They're like, "Oh, well, we just sold that full stack of rods," and then come to find out it was only 10 sticks. So I do apologize. And like I said, because of the delay on that, Abbott, I am not going to charge you for them. So I'll make them up and I'll get them sent out to you, brother. I promise. I'd take you out there right now and show you, but we're on the computer, not my phone. But I had to do some math too because you wanted the different size. So I had to run the math, and that's not an easy task to try to figure out the angle when you go small. So, but custom is custom. So and then I do custom rod holders as well. So, but like I said, I will send them out to you, no charge. I will pay for the material and the shipping and everything. So sometimes it just happens, and sometimes I just flat out forget. So like a couple weeks ago, uh, I was on the Castaway crew, and they were having their 1 year, thank you show, and it was late in the evening, so I was half asleep, and then I said, "Hey, let's give away a rod holder," and so we did. But then somebody said, "Hey, throw a shirt in there too," and yeah, it just slipped my mind. I didn't write it down because I was laying down and when I was watching the show, so I never wrote it down. I forgot about it, but I did get that out the other day. So I'm trying to remember these things, and I got my phone in my hand. I need to write myself notes because the beta blockers they got me on, it stops all the voices in my head. It stops me from talking to myself and reminding myself of things. Like I have ADHD, so I was always, I'm always thinking of stuff and always doing all that. Well, now that I'm on the beta blockers, I don't do that no more. I can concentrate on 2 or 3 things instead of 15 to 20 things, but it makes me forgetful. So, and if I don't write it down, I just plumb forget, and I hate that. But I gotta start doing better. I know. I usually make it right, but sometimes it takes somebody reminding me, "Hey, dude, what about my stuff? And then I go, oh, 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 oh. Yours was a whole, they didn't have the material that I needed. So, get a hurricane. But yeah, the other thing is like I said, Monday Naomi has a biopsy. So prayers for her if y'all would. See if they can at least tell us what kind she's got. So they're like, yep, there's a mass there. Yep, yep. When we see a mass like that, it's cancer. But we need to know what kind it is in order to treat it. So hopefully they'll, the biopsy will show exactly what they're dealing with. The tumor on her inner thigh, they're saying that that's a fluid-filled fatty tumor, but as far as they're concerned, they're not worried about it. They're worried about her breath. Breast cancer is an awful thing, and it gets into your lungs and stuff like that. So, oh, hey, you know what? Where'd I go with my blood? Oh, there. I was like, don't forget the flash again, Dave. But this scan that she had done yesterday, that was the whole AI guided scan, and so it gave them a lot more, pinpoint of what needs to be, done, and that kind of thing. And as soon as she was done with that, they're like, we're doing a biopsy on Monday as well, because they didn't like what that showed them. Just like a couple weeks ago, that other one didn't. They didn't like what it showed them. So she'll have her biopsy, and we'll get it figured out, and then they can get a course of treatment. They're thinking now, that it'll be since they're so small, it'll be an easy fix. But I kept telling her, I feel something there. I feel something in your boob. And she's like, oh, it's just you. Da, da, da. And I was like, no, I feel something there. You need to go. And I'm glad she went, because now, they're going to be able to get her hooked up. There's another. We only got 6 dozen of those to tie, and I've only tied a dozen of them. But like I said, I'm 2 weeks behind on Jigs. And I don't put anybody in front of anybody else usually, but like this morning, because of little Miss Panda and her pretty little face and the way she was all like, in the car with Mama, I was like, okay, we got to do that. So, hey, Gregory's back. So let's we're gonna do a giveaway as well, but I'm kind of behind on that. I wasn't thinking. I just sat here chatting. Gregory is going to get unpacked and show everything. While he's doing that, I'm going to bring up the giveaway tool, and we will get that started, and then we'll show what Gregory has, because he's got a sack of stuff. Let him get it unpacked real quick. Rosie, stop. Rosie's trying to control the other dogs, telling them to calm down. Okay, start collecting comments. Go back to StreamYard. Go to the share screen. StreamYard giveaway tool. Share. Back to StreamYard Studio. And down some. That way you can see Gregory as well. Show us the goods, Gregory. What you got, Gregory? By Smoky Mountain and Lisa. So they're waiting on you, son. He's got it all unpacked and he's throwing it in his hands. He's trying to figure out what all to grab. Okay, you're going to have to come stand right here because I don't want to show what's on TV. Mom's watching a movie. Boy, you made out like a bandit today. Yep, bring it all over here. You're good. Let's we're gonna get rid of the giveaway tool and go solo screen just so you guys can see Gregory. All right, Gregory, a little bit more. So what'd you get? Show them. You got a gas can with the good lid. Okay, that was $2. Then you got this. Let's see if we can make it where you guys can read it. It says, "How can a man who can hit a deer at 250 yards keep missing the toilet?" Well, we're gonna have to put that in your bathroom. A little Honda Civic. You quit handing it to me. This is supposed to be your show. You got to watch the screen. There you go. Got you some Legos. And boy, that's got like a reflective on it. Couple hats. Yes, sir. What's in the bag? A cactus. You got 3 little cactuses. Oh, they're cute. I'm gonna put it in your bed. That's a cute little cactus in a little cup. Show them the other ones. Let's get the other ones out of there. Oh, the other one's the same, so we won't show it. And then a little hen and chick. So there's a little chick. Cactuses. Yeah. And another coat. Well, now, how are you going to wear 12 coats at one time? You got like 12 of them, don't you? That's a Gander Mountain one, like what I used to have. You sure that ain't the one I donated? Yeah, it says waterproof Tech HO breathable. Okay. Is that all you got? All right, well, that's all Gregory's got. It says, how can a man who can hit a deer at 250 yards miss the toilet? That is hilarious. Stick that in the boys' bathroom. Sweet haul, Lisa says. Way to go, Gregory. What a haul, Smoky Mountain. Nice haul by 922. Great job by Shirley T. He just ran into there. Naomi and Gregory went into the bathroom and they're gonna put it in and hang it up. Yeah, don't put it over by the shower. It'll probably get rusty. You just get a couple tacks. It'll stay up there with a couple tacks. They're gonna put that in there. So let's tie another jig real quick and then we'll got some things to do. Oh, let's put that Dave, pay attention to what you're doing. There you go. Get the jig box entered in for the winning. So this is what you're gonna get. You get this, and then I'll send you some jig heads to go with that. I've been making jig heads with wire bait keepers as well. That feather's got a spot in it I don't like. Let's put that out. But we'll throw in some jig heads so you can put them plastics on there. So I got some jig heads with wire bait keepers. So if you guys do use plastics, I've been selling jig heads that have wire bait keepers on them, so the jig holds on there better. Gregory is going to have sausage corn dog. I guess they're sausage pancake dogs. Yeah, I seen it, Naomi. It's just a rash. You got a rash on her armpit. Maybe I shouldn't have said that on TV, but she put arm deodorant on and burnt the tar out of herself. It's just probably irritation from something, dear. Sitting there holding your phone playing bubble pop too much. She don't have her hearing aid in, so she didn't hear me. I'm safe. And don't get me wrong. I tease my wife. I do. I do. You got to have some fun once in a while, even if it gets you in trouble. Just don't be mean, but you can kid around and joke around. So, all right. So as soon as we're done tying this jig, we'll pull the trigger on that giveaway. So get your hashtag in there real quick. We had to get rid of it for a minute, get rid of the share screen for a minute, so Gregory can do his show and tell, is what you got, Gregory time. So I'm glad that y'all enjoy that, and you make Gregory feel good about sharing his stuff. So he really enjoys that. All right, only in about like another 55 of them to go. YouTube changed my name. I'm Norman Neighbors. Well, Gilman, it still shows your icon as the end, like Norman. That's usually what I look at. So you could always get on there when you jump on and change it back. All right, so I guess we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. So you guys got 10 seconds to get your hashtag in there. Let me make it a bigger screen now. Maybe I can see how many people are in there. I think it says there's only 10 in there and there's 20 in chat. So you want that box of jigs and throw in a bait rag as well. And I'll throw in some of the DHA jigs that have the wire bait keeper on there. I may even put just a few jigs in there, just as well. So yeah, when you first go into StreamYard, like go in and it says that is this your name? I think you can go in there and change it. Oh, Tim got in there. Yeah, hopefully y'all ain't too far behind in chat. We'll time is it? We got a couple more minutes. We'll just tie one more jig on here. Give you a chance. What? Well, that neck alone, because bring that here. I'll show them again. So this neck alone, this is the style of neck that we are okay with, but we like the crinkle neck better. And it just that neck is kind of okay because it does flow. The ones we hate is the ones with the stupid stopper thingy in there. Just gas goes everywhere. They made it so you just you don't like make a mess, but you make more of a mess with them stupid EPA in. So we usually replace them, but they're like $7 or $8 just for the dang neck on it. So getting a gas can with a good neck, for $2, that's a good buy. And I told him we needed another small one, but we also need another 2.5-gallon one or 2-gallon one, whatever you want to call them. We need to get another one of those as well. We just don't have enough gas cans. We have a big 5-galloner, or actually it's a 6-gallon gas can, but it's once it gets full of gas, it's too heavy to lift up over the side of the truck for Gregory. So, all right, let's go and get this tied up here real quick. Matt, quit yelling. I'm on a live still. See, this is one thing that I was talking about before. Is we have when the boys come home, it gets so loud in this house. It's hard to do it live because just too much noise and too much disruption and draws my attention away from y'all where it needs to be focused at, or at least focused on my jig. Trying to focus on jigs, you guys, and them all at the same time. Just sometimes don't. All right. Let's wrap this up and then let's do the giveaway. Like I said, I got a guy coming in about an hour that's needing some wiring done on his Jeep. We'll have to get that going. I got the shop all cleaned up and ready to get it pulled in there since it's kind of wet today. I want to go in the shop, not work outside the shop. But it's a little short Jeep, just a two-door old school CJ. So it'll fit right in the shop, no worries. Still have plenty of room to wheel all the way around it. All right. So there we go. I got to do a little. It grabbed a piece of white fuzz floating around. So, all right, let's do this giveaway. Hopefully, everybody's got their hashtags in there. So let's go back to a bigger screen so y'all can see it. Giveaway. Cool. All right, we got 12 entries, so hope you all are in there and they want to be in there. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate y'all entering. Let's see who gets it this week. Kansas Chad Outdoors. Right on, brother. And I don't know if I said hi to you. I apologize for that, but I think I do have your address in an email. So I did not erase that email yet. I will go and look. Congratulations to you. 922 says cleaning truck, then car, make room for heater and gear for weekend. Must be going camping. Well, good luck, Bobby. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all being in here. I appreciate everybody that participates and makes comments in chat and love y'all. Y'all are awesome. So with that being said, y'all need to remember tomorrow's not promised. We've all had our health issues and some of us are having issues. I believe uh, who is it that his wife is having surgery this week? It's River Rat, ain't it? Yeah. So remember River Rat's wife. She's having surgery on her lungs this week. So prayers for them and prayers for anybody else that has any needs. And remember, keep my wife in your prayers as well because of her biopsy on Monday. So at least we'll get to know what kind of the big C has got her tangled up. So I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Go tie something, go do something, go be something. We're out.